year. But until then, until everybody can be vaccinated, we need to be patient and vigilant. Continue to mask up and maintain social distance. Avoid crowds and practice good hygiene, and make a plan to get a vaccine, your shot of hope when your turn comes. While this year is different, and the challenges brought forth by this pandemic were unexpected, one thing has never changed, a value that will never change, is that my and the Lieutenant Governor's administration is an education-first administration. If you heard me speak at all, you probably heard me say that. The importance of educators and education is at the core of who we are, the core of our values. Education is how we prepare our people to be leaders in the coming post-COVID economy. It's how we begin the hard work to redress historic inequities. Education is central to how we build the better Kentucky we all want and how we break the cycles of poverty that have afflicted us for so long. Education is also how we ensure Kentucky's workforce is up to the task of taking on the jobs of the future. My administration has been working hard to represent your interests, to support education and workforce development through a variety of programs and initiatives, many administered by the EWDC. In my budget, I presented to the General Assembly in January, I proposed historic investments in education at a time when college training is absolutely essential to moving our workforce and our economy forward. We are not only pledging an additional $17 million in funding for post-secondary institutions, a 2% increase in general fund investment. We've also proposed $50 million for much needed asset preservation projects and nearly $20 million in additional funding to help campuses cover their pension obligations. In addition, my budget would create the Better Kentucky Promise, a new program that'll expand the Work Ready Scholarship to provide the last dollar assistance for nearly 6,300 Kentuckians who, with that help, can complete an associate degree or certificate. One reason we're looking to expand Work Ready is because we're so proud of what that scholarship has already accomplished. The program helps cover up to 60 hours of tuition for anyone who has not yet earned an associate's degree, and in many instances, the assistance is completely free. Adults can enroll in a wide variety of high-demand technical programs, including healthcare, manufacturing, business, IT, construction, skilled trades, transportations, and logistics, with more than 350 courses currently available. Overall, the scholarships have served 5,600 students and provided more than $16 million in scholarships for adult learners around the state since its launch in 2017. College affordability is a priority for my administration. We must ensure that every Kentuckian has access to the educational opportunities that lead to a sustainable and successful career, an active and meaningful role in their community, a financially stable household, and the highest quality of life possible. We need to achieve these goals without saddling our students with decades of debt. I believe that's a moral imperative. And I want to thank our campuses and the Kentucky Council on Post-Secondary Education for its commitment to that goal. This past summer, CPE and our public universities held strong to their values and preserved college affordability with the smallest average tuition increase in decades. This allowed resident undergraduate students to enter the 2020-2021 academic year with an average tuition increase of only 0.7%. Kentucky's 60 by 30 goal seeks to raise the percentage of working-age Kentuckians with a high-quality post-secondary degree or certificate to 60% by 2030. I can think of few investments with a better rate of return. I can think of no greater lever to re-energize our workforce and position our economy for a robust and equitable recovery than education. And I can think of no greater opportunity to break the cycles of intergenerational poverty and provide a path to economic resiliency for all Kentuckians. You don't have to take my word for it. The latest research from CPE shows that a graduate with a bachelor degree now earns close to $1 million more than a high school graduate over a lifetime. And graduates with an associate's degree can earn around $400,000 more. In addition, those with a college education experience a greater appreciation for the diversity of our communities, and there are lower rates of incarceration and substance use disorder. They're more likely to teach the value of education to their children as well. I know that My dad's a first-generation college graduate. These are the values that you all embody and the values that will lead the Commonwealth to a bright future and help build the better Kentucky we all want. Thank you again for inviting me to talk about this crucially important issue. Everybody, stay safe. Continue to do the right things. We have a bright future in front of us. We got to make it through the coming months, but we're going to vaccinate more people in this last week than ever before, and it is only increasing. That bright light is so close. Let's just make sure everybody makes it there with us. So thank you. God bless. We appreciate all the hard work that so many out there are putting in.
Well, hello, and thank you so much for joining us on the Discover You virtual bus tour. And I want to say thank you to the governor for taking time today to join us and to welcome us and to frame exactly how important this conversation is to the state of Kentucky. Having recently marked the one-year anniversary of the first COVID-19 case in Kentucky, we are now looking back on a year of lessons learned. The COVID-19 pandemic has created problems of its own, but it has also exacerbated issues that have existed for years. It won't surprise anyone when I tell you that this virus has made a huge impact on our workforce, especially for women and minorities. In order to move Kentucky forward, we need to address these problems, new and old alike, head on. For those who have suffered inequities for generations, we can't afford not to. Our goal at the Education and Workforce Development Cabinet is to give Kentuckians the tools necessary to build thriving and healthy communities. Ensuring that we have a world-class education system and a highly skilled workforce is key to our mission. These two pillars, education and workforce development, provide the foundation for local and statewide economies, and they go hand in hand. An educated workforce is a prepared workforce. And a prepared workforce is one that is ready for the jobs of the future. At EWDC, we provide service to Kentuckians from cradle to career. Unfortunately, there are gaps in education attainment. Pre-K, middle to high, high school to post-secondary, and post-secondary to the workforce. That's why we are committed to continued education and training through the 4 E's of workforce and economic development. The 4 E's are expansion, exposure, experience, and expertise. First, we must expand access to early childhood education. Next, in middle school, we must provide exposure to community career options. In high school, our students must experience real-world workforce opportunities. And post-secondary, we must make sure that Kentuckians have the expertise in their chosen field. From the time they enter the education system to the time they enter the workforce, Kentuckians should know that they are an integral part of their community's economic development and that there are opportunities available to help them thrive. We are doing this virtual bus tour to make sure that our communities, especially our rural communities, know what is available to them through the Education and Workforce Development Cabinet. Too often, Kentuckians don't know about all of the amazing opportunities we offer, and knowledge is power. For example, the governor mentioned the Better Kentucky Promise. This is a perfect example of life-changing work being done that deserves elevation. Expanding the Work Ready Scholarship creates new opportunities and provides the last dollar in for more than 6,300 Kentuckians to complete an associate's degree or to secure secure certificates. 6,300 Kentuckians gaining that education is a huge step in moving us forward. This virtual bus tour is part of an initiative throughout this administration to adapt to the changing landscape of education, job training, and workforce during the COVID-19 pandemic. We are committed to reaching people where they are, and we are making efforts to improve broadband services across the Commonwealth so we can continue to bring every Kentuckian into this conversation, no matter their zip code. The programs being discussed today are available in every corner of the Commonwealth, from Pikeville to Paducah and from Maysville to Monticello. Rural economic development is a top priority of mine and this cabinet's. Thank you to all of our local partners who are joining us today, who have helped make this happen. Together, we are building the workforce and the economy of the future right here in Kentucky. With that said, I will hand things over to Deputy Secretary Mary Pat Regan, who will begin discussing the opportunities available in your community.
Thank you, Lieutenant Governor and Governor, for kicking us off today, and welcome to everyone on the tour. Just a couple of housekeeping items. We are recording this today, and the presentation will be posted out on the website. We have a lot of information to cover, and so we wanted you to make sure that you have the resources on your websites as well. So with that, we'll go ahead and get started, and I'll do just a quick overview of all the agencies in our cabinet. And that kind of outlines all of the different agencies. We have a lot in this cabinet. But to kick us off, I'm going to start out with the Kentucky Office of Vocational Rehabilitation. This office supports Kentuckians with disabilities to become economically self-sufficient and independent, working with employers and with employers, and making sure that the resources for those individuals are there so they can be hired and have a very independent lifestyle going forward. Secondly, we are working really hard on this phase 2 of the RETAIN grant, which will bring talent after injury or illness. And we implement that stay-at-home, return-to-work strategies across the health, employment, public support, and individuals that experience an injury or illness that impacts their ability. And that kind of outlines the Office of Vocational Services. And then we move on to adult education. And this is really an area where we are putting a lot of focus and energy. Today, we have approximately 350,000 Kentuckians that don't have a high school diploma or an equivalent. And so we, as the Lieutenant Governor said, there are gaps. And I think this is an area where we can really focus and help people get back to work. One of the things that I've learned in talking in this arena is that there are barriers to people coming back to work. And one is that adults maybe didn't have a really good experience in high school, and they don't want to go back into the classroom. So we're taking a look at what we can do, kind of thinking outside the box to make sure that we break down those barriers and make it easier for people who want to get their GED and want to move on and, with jobs, and how we can get them with their diploma or an equivalent. And one of the things that has really helped is the free GED. And we have seen a real increase in people coming forward to take that. So that is on the website, and that is free for the first time GED test takers. I want to talk on the Veterans Program Assistance. This is located in our Labor Department, but I did want to mention it that there are a lot of opportunities for tax credits, small business credits. We also have services for veterans with disabilities, and also the federal government has services in this arena as well. So we just outlined these, but if you need connecting with our Labor Department, we are certainly glad to help you make those connections going forward. And then we also have partnering agencies, the Homeless Veterans Program and the Kentucky Department of Veteran Affairs. And again, we connect. If you need help getting connected to those services, we can do that in the cabinet. Next, I will hand it back to the Lieutenant Governor, who's going to talk about the Work Ready Scholarship.
Thank you so much, Deputy Secretary Regan. I want to talk to you a little bit about the Work Ready Scholarship and how we're working to expand that here under the Beshear administration. As many of you know, there are so many unfilled jobs in Kentucky because workers don't have the training that employers need. And fortunately, you don't always need a 4-year college degree to get that job done. Just one class can provide college credit, and this credit can lead to a better paying job, an industry certification, or it can be used to start an associate's degree. 5 years after graduating with an associate's degree, our students in the trades are making over $51,000 a year on average. And that's why I'm excited to promote the Work Ready Scholarship. It provides free tuition in over 350 courses with classes both online and on campus. It's designed to allow Kentuckians to get in, get out, and get to work quickly. The scholarship isn't income-based and doesn't have essay or GPA requirements. Even if you aren't looking for a new job, this program also allows you to create more opportunities at your current job. Take advantage of take advantage of the fast track to a better job and better pay in as little as one class. All you have to do is call 833-711-WRKS, or you can go to workreadykentucky.com. All right, so we'll go to the next slide about FAFSA. Higher education will play a critical role in our economic recovery following this pandemic, helping adults to gain new employability skills and preparing students for a new generation of jobs. These benefits start with positive steps like filling out the FAFSA form, which allows students to secure the financial resources necessary to create real opportunities for Kentucky students and their families. The FAFSA, which is short for Free Application for Federal Student Aid, is required for students to be eligible for federal Pell Grants and student loans. Students who complete the form are far more likely to enroll in college, and those who receive aid are more likely to stay in college. Unfortunately, the pandemic has closed our school buildings, which has made it difficult for school counselors to support students and families with the financial aid process. Lack of reliable internet has also created another set of issues with completing the FAFSA. This has led to a significant decrease in applications for the FAFSA, which is an indicator that Kentucky could see a decline in higher education enrollment this fall. Right now, it is crucial that our students know why and how to complete their FAFSA. You'll see requirements on the screen here, but the first and most important step is creating your FSA ID, which can be done at fsaid.ed.gov. Once you create your ID and provide the necessary information, be sure to check your email regularly to stay up to date on the financial aid process. For further assistance, you can call or text the number on the screen or visit KHEAA.com. That's KHEAA.com to connect with a counselor. And I'll now hand it back over to Deputy Secretary Regan to continue with the presentation.
Thanks. The next agency in our cabinet is the Kentucky Commission on Proprietary Education. This is another avenue for individuals through career in education that is a for-profit schools. They prepare graduates in the workforce in nursing, CDL schools, and in the cabinet here, we license those schools. So we wanted to just share that with you, that this is another avenue for education and training in different areas throughout Kentucky. And then we have our Office of Employer and Apprenticeship Services. And I refer to this as our area where we help navigate and connect the dots for employers and employers through recruitment, upskilling, and incentives. And there are a couple areas that we're really trying to think outside the box on, and that is, what are the next jobs that are coming available? We help provide businesses and retention for hard-to-fill jobs, including 1,200 different occupations that cover the traditional trades, but also new jobs. What are the jobs of the future? We even have a whiskey specialist, seeing that we're the bourbon capital of the world. So we're thinking outside the box on that. What do we need to get people into these ag tech jobs, bourbon jobs, coding positions? And so we really will help you connect the dots throughout recruiting, upskilling, and incentives. I'm trying to think here, our federal bonding program, which is all available. And I know this is a lot of information, and I didn't say in the beginning that any questions you have, we will take at the end of the presentation today, and you can ask any question through our chat feature. And with that, I will turn this over to John Lyons, our Executive Director of the Workforce and Innovation Board.
Hello, everyone. Again, I'm John Lyons, currently serving as the Executive Director for the KWIB. And the KWIB's main role is to create a workforce development system that's value-driven for employers, but also aligns education with industry demands. We're looking to prepare Kentuckians for the future of work and drive economic development. But through the KWIBs, we also have our local workforce development areas. And these local workforce areas are really the ones that are going to be carrying the services to the street and have the boots on the ground folks that are going to be able to assist you with accessing so many of the services that we spoke of today. Right now, we have two of our local workforce development areas that we're focusing on this stop of our bus tour, our EKCEP and TENCO areas. And I would like to introduce a couple of folks that are going to be able to tell you more about what is offered in your local area, in addition to the services and supports that are offered throughout the state. So first, I'd like to introduce to you from EKCEP, Trish Adams. And Trish, could you talk to us a little bit about what EKCEP is doing for the folks in your area?
Yes, for sure. Thank you so much for having us on today. We're excited to talk about some of the things that we're working on here in the EKCEP Workforce Development region. Here at EKCEP, we strategize and collaborate to have a goal, an end in mind with all of our workforce projects. When we're out and people ask us what it is we do, well, we just tell them that we're the match.com for the workforce. Working with job seekers who are looking for a fresh start and successfully matching them to employers, trying to diversify an entire region after the downturn in the coal industry has definitely had its challenges. But we feel very good about what we've done up to this point. We still have a lot of work to do, and that starts by being engaged with our business leaders and, of course, our community leaders and job seekers alike. Some of the examples that you can see on the slide here that we're very proud of here at our Teleworks USA project. Did you know that we have, since 2015, we've connected over 3,000 people in our region to employers around the globe through our Teleworks model, where work is something that you do, not necessarily somewhere you go. And of course, you can always visit the website there to learn more at teleworksusa.com. Being engaged with our employers and our workforce alike, learning from our healthcare employers and listening to their needs has resulted in some great partnerships. Appalachia Regional Healthcare has anteed up with a student loan repayment plan after EKCEP and WIOA assists students into a nursing career at Galen College of Nursing. Realizing that our nation has more student loan debt than mortgage debt prompted this innovative idea. And of course, we're also working with a nursing externship. It's an apprentice-like opportunity for nursing students to work in a hospital setting. A learn and earn opportunity provides them the confidence needed after graduation. We're also proud of our lineman and fiber optic training that we are in a partnership with Hazard Community and Technical College. In 2013, when we first started experiencing the major downturn in the coal industry, we quickly learned that some of our dislocated coal industry workers were the perfect fit for the utility industry. Therefore, the lineman and fiber optic training was formed in partnership with HCTC. EKCEP and WIOA has graduated more than 330 people with this training, and a 90% job placement rating is something that we're very, very proud of. Also, our Recovery to Career project, a decision to change one's life is a great accomplishment in itself. But we feel that those wraparound services after successfully completing a rehabilitation or recovery program is crucial. And this includes a meaningful job opportunity to provide purpose. One success that I'm very proud of is a lady, we'll call her Sue. She went to work at a local manufacturing plant here in Hazard, evening shift, making $12.50 per hour. She's now a shift supervisor making $17 with benefits. This proves that changing the environment after recovery is very beneficial to the job seeker and the employer. And also on the slide, I think you're seeing now is some projects that we've worked on with advanced manufacturing. We've built a partnership with EKCEP, which is East Kentucky Advanced Manufacturing Institute in Paintsville, Kentucky, teaching guys and gals the tricks of the trade in computer numerical control, machining and robotics, something that our economic development partners in our area are utilizing as a selling tool to recruit new industry to our region. And just last year, we had a major success with the announcement of Dashcore Aluminum, a Canadian aluminum extrusion company that has opened in Hazard. This company, recruited by One East Kentucky, is their second location. They have one in Canada and one here in Hazard. And they have entrusted us to deliver many services such as recruitment and screening of candidates and on-the-job training. They're now up to 60 employees, and they're going to be growing to about 260 within the next 3 years. We strive really hard to be a full-service workforce development agency, living out our mission statement of preparing, advancing, and expanding the workforce of Eastern Kentucky. We've been notorious for assisting with job training on many different levels, but there are times when employers just need a job posted and shared out for the world to see. Our customized Hot Jobs board provides this service. And we really feel like that we've got a lot of great things going on in Eastern Kentucky, and we're out to tell the world about it. We have implemented an East Kentucky Works podcast channel where that there's over 46 episodes on there talking about the great work that's going on here in our region. So we just want to encourage everybody to tune into that, and I can get you the link to that if you want more information about it. I don't want to take up a whole lot more time, but as you can tell, we're very passionate and work very hard to be the match.com of the workforce here in Eastern Kentucky.
Thank you so much, Trish. That's really exciting stuff that you shared with us that's going on in EKCEP. Next, I'd like to introduce to you Denise Stiles, and she'll be talking to you about some opportunities and services that are going to be provided through our TENCO area.
Thank you. So TENCO provides employment and training services in the northeastern part of the state. We have 4 career centers in Rowan, Boyd, Mason, and Montgomery County. And you can see the mission and the vision statement on the PowerPoint there. So I just want to highlight a couple of the ways that TENCO works to accomplish that vision and that mission. So first, we currently, and we keep up an updated and active web page and Facebook page. And I want to bring your attention to that because as we go over a lot of these services very quickly, all of these resources are available on those 2 social media platforms. We have hundreds of jobs that are posted and highlighted regularly through our social media platform. And we also provide information on the resources and other services that are available in the TENCO area as well. So if you've checked out the website or the Facebook page before, please just know that there is new information that's continuously being put out there. And if you haven't had a chance to check it out, it's a great place to start. And I believe both our Facebook page and our website is listed on the PowerPoint as well. So we also have programs in TENCO, such as our on-the-job training program, where eligible individuals can come in that are seeking employment, and they have the opportunity to work with our career counselors and be linked directly with employers who are hiring in the local area. We have great resources available in the Career Center if you need job readiness skills, improvement in basic skills. We have all of those things available in our Career Center to help you before being placed out into a job. For the past several years, TENCO has also sponsored a youth employment program, which takes place over the summer months. The age range for that program is 16 through 24, and individuals do have to meet eligibility, and you do have to have a program sponsored in your area, but it's a great opportunity for our youth to be able to get a feel for work and what's necessary in the job market. This year, we have programs sponsored in Fleming, Lewis, Mason, Bracken, Robertson, and the Fairview Independent Schools in Boyd County. They are paid work experiences. There are limited positions available, but again, you can find all the information out about these programs on our website and our Facebook page as we get closer to our summer months. I'll touch base just a little bit on the training component as well. If you are interested in training, the TENCO Workforce Development Board provides scholarships and support services such as transportation and childcare assistance for a variety of high demand, high wage occupations. One in particular that I want to just sort of focus on for a moment is the FAME program. It's the Federation of Advanced Manufacturing Education. It has a grow your own approach where you work for a company part-time and you attend training. So that gives the individual that goes through that program, it gives them not only the knowledge and the credentials through a post-secondary, but it also gives them the firsthand experience in working. So there are currently 2 open houses that's scheduled for the FAME that will start in the fall of 2021. And you can find that information on our website and Facebook page as well. We also have a number of scholarships and support services, as mentioned, for other numerous training opportunities. You can see some of those on the PowerPoint. We fund a lot of individuals that are interested in going into healthcare that might not be able to receive any other financial assistance. We have a lot of individuals that go through our skilled trades program, including our linemen, welding, construction. Then we work with manufacturing. We've recently added agriculture programs to our training opportunities to go to support the employment opportunities that's available through App Harvest. And we also have some business support programs that we can provide scholarships for as well. So I tried to do that very quickly. I know we're over time just a little bit. So if there's no questions, I will turn this back over to Deputy Secretary Reagan.
Denise, thank you so much. And again, we're so excited about the thing that you were able to, you and Trish were able to share. I would also like to remind everyone that not all KCC services are available for in-person, but there are several, a great deal of them that are available by appointment. So please be sure that you reach out to your local KCC center. Asking about those as far as what's available in person, what they can take care of you with by phone or online. Also know that these all the virtual bus tour stops, again, they are being recorded and will be posted. So that if there are websites, phone numbers, things that you weren't able to get down during the presentation that you need to go back and look at, those are all going to be available to you. I know we've shared so much with you. And so I'm going to go ahead and turn it back over to Deputy Secretary Reagan, and we'll begin to look at some of the questions that our viewers may have.
Thanks, John. Brennan, do you have questions in the chat?
We don't have any questions right now. So if anyone would like to send the question they have, they can email or they can chat me directly and I'll bring it to the group. If not, then we may have just covered this so well that everyone knows what they need to know.
Well, again, this is recorded. It's on your website. If you have any questions, feel free to contact any of us. Well, our goal is to be as helpful in any of the different agencies we have, but again, cradle to career and whatever we can do to get Kentuckians back into the workforce, and we're here to help. So I don't know, John, Marty, anybody? Lieutenant Governor? Oh, there's one.
Oh, that's just from Trish
Okay.
saying thanks. Thank you, Trish.
Great. Well, thank you, everyone. I appreciate your time.